All right, good morning to you all that are out there. This is Bad Dad from Huddle Hogs, and it is 9:29 a.m. on Thursday the 20th. We're just looking at right now the market, seeing how the traditional market, is going to react as soon as it opens up in the next 30 seconds or so. We're just going to pull up this DJI and see whether it jumps up or jumps down. Currently, it looks like the US 500 selling pre-market, and it's in the green. See that the Nikkei was up 1.11%, so it did take a little tumble the past couple of days. As you can see, it's kind of been dipping down in here, right? And it did a massive jump um, last night or yesterday. So it's now 9:30. Markets are open, and we see that it slightly gapped up. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? I think a lot of this is translated. Whenever you see that the markets, such as the Nikkei or the US 500, are taking a spill overnight while we're sleeping, and it's kind of like an indicator, especially of foreign markets, like how is it going to affect us? And you can sometimes see that there's a correlation. So how Bitcoin affects the altcoins, our US market affects Bitcoin, but foreign markets also have an effect on the US market as well. I mean, if all of a sudden they take a tumble, I mean, we're all this in today's day and age, this is a globalized world, so we're all interconnected. One market goes down, it's like a domino effect. They're all going down. So you got to pay attention to what's going on in the foreign markets as well. Sometimes it's hard just to keep up with that crap. But it does give you a little bit of an insight of what the next day is going to be like. But I never really act on it just because I've been surprised plenty of times. I mean, I stand by my convictions with what I think is going to be happening in the market. So I kind of hold my ground. So now let's take a look at Bitcoin. How did it react to that little pump up on the Dow? Looks like it is now pushing up in the range, about 2% range. If we pull up the hourly, we do see some increase in volume. It's starting to come up, meet up with the 200-hour moving average exponential, and it's actually pushing through. Usually you see these as good resistance, you know what I mean? Whenever you see this, any 200, unit, right? So it's a 200-day moving average, 200-hour moving average, minute moving average. I mean, you can see it's starting to move really well. And I'm sure that has to do with exactly how, the stock market's starting to push up and just recovering. I mean, if you look at the range, or just the, not the range, you look at the RSI, it's pretty much fallen to the bottom end right about here, right? Can it go lower? Absolutely. But it's down there, so I expect somewhat of an upside for the next couple of days. Well, let's see, from the 6th of December for at least a couple of weeks. So let's hope for a couple of weeks to the upside and we get this market turned around. So back to Bitcoin. And there we are. Just as we open the market, we're up 2.53%. I mean, we got to watch it just right here, just bounce up. So this should also translate into the rest of the market as well. For us kin holders, we're looking at 5.4% just now. It's looking like it's got a pretty good surge. Let's see anything else that's really standing out. I mean, overall, it's all just starting to react very favorably with what's going on. So, yeah, let me take a quick break real quick. All right, I'm back. I just wanted to go and take a look at the Fox Business News. Let's see if there's any articles that came out. It looks like nothing's going on. It just says NASDAQ enters correction 17 hours ago. But down here, if you look lower, NASDAQ rebounds from correction. So I don't know why this headline is still up when this one was 1 hour ago. So, when you go into looking at these websites, you're probably like selling off, or you're like, ah, man, I'm going to get rid of whatever. Probably seen this article. I don't know. They try to fear people into certain directions. It's all corrupt, and etc. So, yeah, Bitcoin's still doing pretty good. I really don't have much to talk about in terms of kin. I'm a big kin holder. But I do have something interesting about Filecoin. I might save that for another video just because I don't want to mix the two together. But just to give you guys a little insight of what I've seen here, I'll cover this on another video more in depth. But if you look at this Filecoin structure, I've seen this structure once before, right? So I've seen it here. You've seen it with ICP. Where the hell is it? Right here. You've seen it with ICP. There it is, right? It goes up, comes down, bounces up, and rolls down under, right? It makes lower lows. Filecoin does somewhat of a similar structure. Comes down, you get that double bounce, pushes up, falls back down, right? So this structure, I've noticed it in AAVE. So when AAVE first came out, and I expand this out, and I'm sure you can probably break this down in the 4-hour time frame. So that's probably going to be a better one because probably the 4 hours time frame is way better. All right, so in this structure here, you can see it. It came down, bounced off this period point, came up, and it rolled down and made lower lows, right? And as it continued to make lower lows, you probably notice an RSI on that 4 hour starting to get stronger as it did here. Then it pushed up and made just monumental climb from 26 to, what is that? What's that gain? From $26. It's a 2,300% gain. And it's kind of holding up here in somewhat of like this, if you look at it, maybe a longer or elongated bull flag, you could say. I don't see it that way. I'd be concerned of this structure here myself, saying, I'd probably be taking profit and moving off into something else that hasn't pumped yet. But, when you look at that structure that I just showed you and you look at Filecoin, there it is. It came down where AAVE only had 1 point. This has 2. It bounced up and made this lower lows, right? And if you look at the RSI, it's starting to get this bullish divergence, right? And we all know what a bullish divergence is. Obviously, if you're probably watching this channel, you do. And then take it down in the 4 hour. I mean, it's clear. Definitely is clear. You got this RSI that's way down there, and it's pushing up higher and higher as we're making new lows. So I think this is a coin that has some potential in the near future when you're looking at Web 3.0. Where's everyone storing, all that data? This is a decentralized concept. You have websites like maybe Odyssey, or you want to host particular things, right? Or meetings or events or just markets, right? Where's all this being located? Because if it's on a single server that, or controlled entity, that kind of defeats the point of this whole decentralized aspect. So I think Filecoin is onto something where they want all this ability to be in a, conglomeration of just the retail holders. I'm assuming that there's going to be a larger players in this, but they're all going to have a reason to not be working together. So they don't need to work with each other, to manipulate the system, because then that would, obviously that defeats the purpose of decentralized. But they're also probably not going to get rewarded by doing so. So interesting structure here from a technical analysis perspective. And just looking at the hype between Web 3.0 and what Filecoin brings. And when 2020 was around, it was all about DeFi. And AAVE was a DeFi project that was that had a lot of hype. So anyways, I really hope that today is the day that we start to see the market turn around. I still expect Bitcoin to somewhat slope off to the right. That's what I'm expecting. If it decides to do and blow off to the top, go to the upside, then great. And then my expectations were really low, and I'm excited, But I'm going to keep my expectations low and make it thinking that we're still going to go to the downside. But I'm pretty sure we're pretty much bottoming out. Even if you look at the RSI, it's also starting to turn. And look at that. RSI is getting stronger. Let's go look at the daily. Let's see if we can see some divergence, right? I mean, this low made this new low, even a lower low, and starting to turn around. I guess these are about the same. I don't know. I see something very promising here. So, anyways, I've been buying the bottoms. I've been buying Kin. I've been buying Filecoin. I've been buying all kinds of crap. And I'm willing to accept my mistakes if I get slaughtered here. So that's but I'm taking this position and buying it up at a point that I believe is a position of strength, right? So this is all about a probability game, like I always mention to everybody else in every other video. It's a probability game. So good luck to you all. Wish you the best of luck. And this is not financial advice. I don't know why I have to keep saying this crap. I see other people saying it, so I'm doing it too. But best wishes. Be that pig. Take care.